This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out. I'm delighted to be joined over via Zoom by MTK Global's one of their main prospects, Jack Bateson. Jack, good evening to you, mate. How you doing?
Good evening. I'm good, thank you very much, mate. About yourself?
I'm very well, thank you for asking, Jack. Obviously, just start the interview off by talking to you about the last 12 weeks, this whole coronavirus pandemic situation. It's been a tough time for everyone, but how have you managed to have sort of like dealt with these last 12 weeks?
To be honest, for myself, it's been okay because luckily enough, my dad, who I'm seeing every day, is one of my coaches. So, you know, we've got a gym at home at his house, and he's training me every day. So for me, luckily, I've been okay. I've got a few loyal sponsors that are looking after me. Obviously, it's not been ideal not having a fight date to work towards and whatnot, and you know, having a fight cancelled just before lockdown. But it's been okay, to be honest.
As I mentioned, you're one of MTK Global's hottest up and coming prospects. So obviously, you've been fighting lately on their shows. All these shows have obviously been cancelled since this whole pandemic situation. I haven't really been up to date with MTK as much, but has there been any sort of indication with Lee Eaton and the rest of MTK when these shows will restart again? Because we've seen over the last few nights, Top Rank have brought boxing back. Matchroom are looking to bring back a few shows. So are Queensbury Promotions, but I've not really heard much update from MTK Global.
No, I mean, the main thing for me over the last, few weeks have been, just sorting my my deal out with them guys, and I'm just happy to be involved with MTK. I know that boxing is on its way back, and if I was to get a call in the next week or so, I've been training, so I'll be ready. But I've got no idea of when these nights will be back. I know they've got plans. You're seeing stuff on the social sites every day, and if anyone can do it, MTK can do it. They're the people that are pulling all the things off at the minute. So I'm looking forward to seeing what will come in the future.
As I mentioned, obviously Top Rank have put on 2 shows over the last few days. I had a chance to watch both shows. Did you catch up with any of the action from the Top Rank shows the last few days?
Yeah, I have. It was Shakur Stevenson, probably the main fight, wasn't it? It was great to watch him. He's a serious fighter. He's looking strong up at super featherweight now. Ramirez obviously had his pro debut loss, which was a bit of a shocker, but he looks to have. It looks like it's woken him up, and he's firing on all cylinders now. And then I watched a bit today. A guy called his nickname's Blue Nose. So you'll probably know better than me.
Mm-hmm.
There was a real good 10-round fight on the card.
Adam Lopez.
Yes, Lopez, the featherweights.
Yeah.
And that was a good fight.
Very good fight. It opened the show as well. What's your take on this whole boxing with behind closed doors without the fans? I mean, watching them shows, what did you make of it?
I thought it was great. Honestly, I thought it was great. I mean, they're obviously getting the views and whatnot, but for us boxers, like I think a lot of people don't understand, the crowd and stuff comes with it, but we spar day in, day out, and most of the time my spars are in a big gym with my coach there, my opponent who might be a friend with their coach, and it's a lonely sport, so it doesn't make no difference to us fighters. Obviously, it's nice to have the cheering and the fans backing you, and especially for the likes of myself, I've got usually a full city behind me, which is amazing. It does spur you on, but once you're in there, you're in a fight at the end of the day, and I think it's good to see it is happening now, and I feel like we're going to see it a lot more regular, and it'll be good to see it happening in the UK soon.
You mentioned Shakur Stevenson, and I know you're from Leeds, so I know you must know the Leeds Warrior and Josh Warrington.
Yeah,
that's a fight that's been spoken about quite a lot lately. I know it's a fight they both want. It's a fight that we probably will see. With how impressive Shakur Stevenson was the other night, and of course we've not seen Josh Warrington in the ring for a while. What sort of prediction would you give if that fight does happen?
I mean, you cannot write Josh Warrington off, and I'm not just saying this because he's a pal, but you know, every time he gets written off, you know, in the Selby fight, in the Frampton fight, he comes through and he produces the goods. I think what Josh does is, yes, some of the stuff that he does is very clean and quite basic, but he does it all perfectly. And, you know, not many have got an engine like him. So it'd be hard, you know, not in my eyes, to him against Shakur, with his experience and with his wins that he's got today, you know, to predict him as the winner. But Shakur looks special, and obviously everyone's predicting him to be the next big thing. So that is a fight which would be special. And whether Shakur is now going to stay at super feather or he's going to come down, you know, if the money's right for him at feather, you know, with Josh, it would be great to see. But I'd always be backing Josh 100%.
Yes. I mean, as you mentioned, you can never look over Josh Warrington. I mean, what he's done over the last, since obviously winning that world title and that performance with Carl Frampton, it makes for a very good fight. 11-0, 3 KOs, currently ranked number 15 in the UK. You know, you started off your career well, and now looking at it, do you believe you're at that point now in your career where you're perhaps thinking British outright and maybe getting a ranking like with the WBO, the WBC?
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, like you say, 11 fights in. I've done an 8-rounder, I've done all your 6s and your 4s and whatnot, but I feel like now is the time, you know, I need to take that step up, which is why, you know, I've jumped on with MTK. They're going to get me the opportunities that I want and need. And, you know, I'm looking forward to these title fights. I mean, I was mandatory for the English last year before I picked up an injury against Michael Rama-Valetsa. Whether that came about and, you know, that fight came up or whatever, or whether the British or whatever it is, I just want titles now. You know, I've been in the game all my life. I've been in the pro game 2.5 to 3 years, and I'm ready to take that step up. And, you know, I'm seeing all these guys from the amateurs, you know, with the straps around the waist and whatnot, and I'm getting jealous, to be honest with you.
I mean, you know, I mentioned where you are currently ranked in the UK, and if you look at this super bantamweight division, you know, you just mentioned Michael Rama-Valetsa, Lucian Reed, Brad Foster, a guy that I know quite well, Shabazz Masood. There's exciting fights out there for everyone in this division. It's just a case of when they will be made. You don't seem like the type of person that, you know, likes to make a lot of noise. But if you had to pick who you'd want next, who would it be?
I like you say, I'm not someone to make a load of noise. At the end of the day, it's boxing to me. It's just boxing. It's just business. But, you know, I believe in myself fully that I would beat any of the guys in the division. And you know what, I've always said to myself, like, I've got a long way to go, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't be in this sport today if I didn't think that I could go all the way. So it's too hard of a sport to, you know, to give it your all and, you know, not get to where you want to be. It's too hard. I'd just do something else. But, you know, whatever comes up, whatever MTK plan for me, you know, I'm game for. And, you know, I've got full confidence in their belief in me. You know, they'll take me to the top, hopefully.
I really admire your ambition, you know, and it's obviously it's nice that you come across as a real humble person. You don't seem want to make a lot of noise, but like I said, 11-0, and some of the fighters I just mentioned, there's all good fights out there for you, and fights I'd like to see, fights that you'd like to be in. So hopefully one day MTK Global and we can get these fights made. Final question: the main issue, obviously, the main topic has been the agreement between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. I'll have to ask you 2 questions on it because I've been debating this all week with a lot of people. Do you think the announcements come at the right time? And when that fight does happen, who do you see winning?
As for the announcement, I would say it probably has come at the right time because, you know, everyone's getting a bit fed up. Everyone needs a bit of excitement, you know, to bring them back to life a little with this lockdown, and it has got people talking. If anyone's going to talk, it's now, and they've got the time to be on the social media and doing stuff. It's making people, you know, people are making some noise about it, but Fury's got a big job in hand, you know, with Wilder again. Yeah, Fury completely demolished him in the last fight, but Wilder is Wilder, and he's always got that one punch. So, you know, like Fury said, I've got a man to deal with, and then it's on to the big one. But I got asked this the other day on another podcast, and I was backing to win. You know, my old friend Anthony Joshua, and but the more I think about it, you know, it's a really good fight. Fury, technically He's got all the skills. I really do think it depends how they both go into the fight. I mean, it's going to be a good one to watch for sure. But I do think that Joshua is a lot better fighter than the likes of Wilder. So for Fury to pull off what he did against Wilder, against Joshua, it's not as likely. So I think it will be a lot more tit for tat, and whoever gets it right on the night sort of thing.
I mean, speaking to a lot of people this week, you're probably the first one that's, kind of said that it's not as easy as people think it is for Tyson Fury, because Anthony Joshua's obviously, I think he's improved since that last fight with Andy Ruiz, and he's side to him. So it does make for a very, very interesting fight. We're looking forward to seeing it. But as you said, there's still Wilder to deal with, and of course there's still Kubrat Pulev and maybe other mandatories. Jack, before we bring the interview to an end, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I'd just like to say thank you for having me on, and thank you to my sponsors, for keeping me going throughout lockdown, and thank you to MTK Global for producing the goods, and I look forward to the future.
Well, we look forward to speaking to you in the near future, Jack. I hope you stay safe. Currently not at the finish line yet with this whole coronavirus situation. Hope you're keeping well in the gym. Hope the family's keeping safe, and we look forward to speaking to you during fight week, Jack.
Thank you very much, mate.
Jack, thank you very much for your time, mate. And we look forward to speaking to you soon.
Thank you. All the best, mate. Take care.
Bye-bye.